Um, yeah, I feel like she has to explain herself, man. I mean, there are a lot of there are a couple of theories out there. So if we want to like, there's a couple of theories out there. But before I get to the theory that everyone like is speculating on, some fans who were really looking forward to seeing her get busy, her debut on Chrome, they felt like her the face off or her rocking the mask, they felt like that was an indicator that she was going to be on some bullshit. So, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really. I only saw clips of that face off. I didn't get to watch it, so I want to watch it before I give my assessment. But I'm just saying what fans were saying, and then some fans was alluding to the fact of drugs. Like I said before, like they thought that and then some, you know, I actually heard QP say this, and I'm really like skeptical. I'm not really like QP. This is a sidebar, a little rant. QP used to be my favorite battle rapper, right? Quantum Physics. I was always overly impressed by his pen. But when, some of the antics that he's done over the years, um, and just his connection to female battle rap, I kind of like don't really rock with him as much. But someone sent me a clip to listen to him on Angry Fan, and the part that I caught live, he made a decent assessment, um, which is anxiety. Um, because talking to some other fans and and other female battle rappers, based on her past, this is not the first time she's been rocky in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
um, no one has ever done this before though. Forfeit the first round. But when
Mm-hmm.
you couple those things, is it like the lack of preparation? Because I want to just get all right. Let me tighten up a little bit. The thing about Chrome that Remy does for the women, though, and this is unfortunate. Like it's not. There's no reason for any girl to show up not prepared, because of preparation, right? Like if you have anxiety and things like that, that's understandable. You have to combat that as far as choking and stuff like that. But showing up just not prepared, she literally has built the platform, the biggest platform for women to be seen, for the girls to just have to be able to show up. She's trying to afford the battle rappers what her experience a mainstream artist. You know what I'm saying? Like when a mainstream artist like finally gets their deal, all they gotta do is show up and rap. Everything is taken care of, right? Like you get in a good bag, you got your hair done, your makeup done, you don't have to worry about outfits. She's providing so much for all you have to do is show up and rap. So the fact that Tori didn't do that, because I don't care. Like here's my other part of it, and I know I'm going off, but to me, the more I rewatch it, she planned that. That was planned. You know why? She was entirely
Mm.
too calm. So I know I didn't say what I wanted to say earlier about QP. I think he made the assessment that if he was able to like talk to her or rock with her, then he could have ensured that she got her bars off, because he was trying to basically say that it was anxiety or something like that. In the moment, I could see that maybe it may have been. It was so weird, right? But the more I watch
Mm.
it, she was so calm about it that I really feel like she planned it.
Well, it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah,
Um,
it's bad.
it's a bad look. She basically
Anybody who books
robbed.
her after this is suspect.
She
Like,
she basically robbed Remy of her money. For not spitting anything. She basically no showed a no showed. This wasn't no choke at all because a choke is completely something different. What she did. This is something different that she did. I don't know, and I don't know I just can't believe that she wasn't prepared. There's no way that I could say that she wasn't prepared. That's Tori Doe, man. That is Tori Doe at
But
the end of the day.
she has had other showings where she wasn't prepared. Like a lot of battle rappers, you
I
know,
wouldn't say she wasn't completely unprepared. I mean, I seen instances where she no showed two battles actually. She no showed a battle against, I think it was Drug she no showed in a small league. And then she also no showed the Queen of the Ring event where they had the prom night where she was supposed to battle Twerk.
right,
So that also came to my head also where I said, damn, Tori Doe is on the card. In my mind, I was like, is this battle even gonna happen? Because I thought of Tori Doe and just her past couple battles that she was booked for. So that's what I was thinking for. And obviously, I was right, but not right because she did show up, but she didn't show up. So,
right.
and I just don't believe that she was not prepared because this is
So what
Chrome
do you
20.
think it was? What do you think it is?
Fuck it, I'm gonna say she got paid off. Plain and simple.
I heard Piper Boy say that too today that she got paid
She
off.
got paid
I
off.
mean, if
Do you
she got
know?
paid off, then the only way that that could be validated is if she appears on a card after this, because
Yeah,
the consensus of the culture, from the bloggers to the battle rappers, people talking about it, the consensus is that she should never be booked again.
I
So
disagree with that.
let's talk about how. Let's talk about that.
Tori Doe's career is not over. Tori Doe's career is gonna continue. She has a huge blemish on it. She may not be booked for a while, but I guarantee you that Tori Doe will get booked again. Some league, some small league, somebody, a new league coming up. I don't know. They will find a way to book Tori Doe. They will sort
Based
things
on what?
out.
Why would a
They,
small league who doesn't have a lot of money take a
Because
risk
because
to book
because at the end of
Tori
the
Doe?
day, Tori Doe is still a household name in female battle rap. Um, and then on top of that, you could put certain clauses in the contract to make sure she's gonna show up and actually rap. You could tweak some things out to actually do that in the contract. Obviously, Remy wasn't thinking of that for Chrome 23, and that's what happened. That's why I said they will
When
find a.
people say she got robbed, though, obviously she didn't get a back end. So I guess she got robbed
No,
of a deposit.
I mean, did they say she didn't get a back end?
Why would she get a back end? She didn't battle. You don't
I
get a
don't.
back end if you
I
don't
look.
battle.
I don't. I'm not about diving into anybody's pockets. I don't
No, I'm
know.
saying, but she wouldn't get a back end. That's a given. She didn't battle. She didn't even say one bar. What am I paying you for?
You're right. You're right. I wouldn't want to pay you. Also, I probably would beat the brakes off of you for doing what you did, because you embarrassed me. You
The thing
embarrassed my
about it
league.
is, it embarrassed. I was thinking this today. This is a stain. This is kind of a stain on female battle rap. The overall card, the way things went, all the messiness, all the choking. Like, you want to give flowers to the girls that showed up. So you got to shout out Flames. Um, well, Caution.
Shayna
Shayna
actually
Ashley for
performed.
sure.
Her performance got overshadowed because of what Tori did. And I
Exactly.
feel bad. I feel bad for Shayna because Shayna was nice, and I was happy to see her back because she had a no show also, so she wanted to redeem herself. So basically, and that's what exactly she did. And when it comes to that face off situation, I didn't think much of it though, because people wear masks all the time. People still wear masks till this day. So I didn't think much of it. I was like, really? You thought something was off because she was wearing a mask?
Not
What?
just because she's wearing a mask. Some people alluded. Not me. I'm saying what fans were saying on my post. That's how they felt like the mask was suspect.
I just don't believe that. Because you were wearing a mask?
To me, it looked like her
I don't.
style.
I
That's
just don't.
not just because you gotta like tap in.
That's
Not
just how
just because
people.
you're wearing. Hold up. Not just because you're wearing a mask, but they were alluding to other like to them. I didn't watch it, so I can't defend it. I'm just saying that the mask threw some people off because I've been seeing. I just report what people are saying. Even today on Twitter, somebody said that too about her mask. They're like they should have known because she didn't have. You're acting like she had on a K95. She
Wow.
had on a poo shiesty. It wasn't like it was protecting her or some
Yeah,
shit.
Pooh Shiesty masks are fire though. I would rock a Pooh Shiesty mask. Like
Yeah,
really?
people rock them, but it's like it's summertime. What are you rocking it for?
I mean, it was not like she was outside wearing it. Like she was actually inside, a good temperatured area where she's able to wear the mask.
Exactly, you're inside with a pool shiesty on. I'm not knocking it. To me, I know Tori is a fly chick, so it went with her style. I didn't look at it. I might that wasn't my opinion. I'm just saying there were several comments from the fans saying that they connected an issue to the to the mask. That's what they
I
said.
swear,
So
people think they're investigators nowadays. But I didn't think
not
much of it
even
because
people
if
were
you look
saying
at
drugs. People were saying a bunch of shit.
it wasn't drugs, it wasn't her not being prepared. It was because she got paid off. That's what I believe right now. I believe she got paid off to
That's
sabotage this
old school
battle.
shit. That's some old school shit. For Tori getting paid off what though? Like if you got paid off, I want to hear that you got 50 bands for that because that's an embarrassment to do to actually forfeit your first round and then your second. Nobody has ever done that. So for you
That's
to
the
do
only
that, you had to get some real bread. A 20
that,
piece?
that
Did she get at least a 20 piece?
yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. That's the only thing I can think of because this is like I said, this is Tori though. She's a veteran. She probably got enough time to prepare
So
and
she
write
has
for
absolutely no credibility, no integrity, honestly. That's like some old school. That's some 1945 shit. That's what they used to do back in the day, like getting athletes
like
to throw games and throw and boxers to like purposely lose and shit. That's some real old school shit. Who does that?
right. Yeah, I just don't think that she wasn't unprepared. Like we don't know what goes on with somebody's personal life, so I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just feel like I just don't believe that she was not prepared because she's a very, you know, she's one of the best, gonna go down one of the best in the game all time. When her bar is very memorable. People know of all time, and as far as her, will she ever get booked? I believe she will get booked. Is she gonna get booked right now? No, she's not going to get booked right now. But I believe that Tori Doe's career is not over. I don't think she's going to want to end her career like this. There's no way she's going to want to end her career like this. She needs to redeem herself,
Does she
and
have a
she'll.
choice?
Yes, she doesn't have no choice. She's gonna have to. She has no choice. That's gonna be a huge blemish on her. They're gonna remember you doing that. They're not gonna remember anything else. They're gonna remember Tori Doe sabotaging the Chrome 23 event.
Well, I mean, right. So she
So, so,
um
so you believe that she won't get booked again?
um I believe that that's the consensus, but because the culture doesn't really work together, because it's not really. uh um we're not cohesive. Um, when incidents have happened before where the culture should have been it should have been unified. Leagues didn't respect the wishes of other leagues. Like leagues still booked people that did blatantly bad shit to the culture. So you're not wrong to say that she won't get booked again. She probably will get booked again. You're right because we're not a cohesive culture like a real culture. We're not like cohesive. We don't work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because nobody should be booking her, honestly. And plus, she hasn't even explained herself.
yeah.
Shouldn't
I
she be
do.
explaining herself?
Right. I do agree with you with that. I think she needs to speak out, and I think we deserve an explanation. People who paid for it, the pay per view, people who bought the tickets and supported this Remy card, especially Remy deserves an explanation. So I think she owes everybody an explanation. I think that's the least she could do if she didn't spit her bars.
Right.
So I just hope I hope her mental health is okay. I hope everything's okay in their personal life. But
Now, see, initially, that's what I thought too. I empathized. Like, okay, I really hope she's good because who does that? I hope that she's good mentally.
yeah, and I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to come here and just line up Tori Doe. I just didn't want to, but I had to speak on this. Like I had no choice. I had to speak on it. And if you feel like I'm trying to shame you in any way, then I'm sorry. I just feel like this wasn't right what you did, and it was unacceptable, and it was a bad look for female battle rap. If you and that's one of the reasons why people say, "Hey, why are you guys booking guys on Chrome 23?" This is one of the reasons why. So
And that's
you
what I
guys,
want to talk about, man. I want to talk about that. I'm a little disappointed with that because uh you know it does add to that narrative, but now we got to keep it real, right? Um, this is something that now wait, let me get my thoughts together. I don't like the narrative that you know. All right, hold up. So I want to say this: URL actually like the Kings versus Queens cards is the real first time that like I really had to acknowledge too that URL, whether they do it all the time, they really did their part to push the women with those cards because for the first time in a very long time in the past year or two, I'm in the groups on Facebook. They're all male dominated. The only time women get talked about usually is about how the girls look, who got the best body, who whatever. It's always sexual.
yeah,
So for the first time in the past 2 years or so, whenever the Kings versus Queens started, um, the guys started really talking about the women as far as their bars. Like there've been a lot of posts about like mentioning different girl battle rappers from Flames to everybody, like about their bars. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, there's no problem with Chrome booking men for the league. It actually makes sense, but let's not spin the narrative that it makes sense because it's necessary. The same way, R.I.P. Kobe, he was doing a lot for women in sports, not just female basketball players, but he understood that someone of his stature as a top guy needed to do stuff to like help to push women and get them into a better space. So I'm saying that to say that men are needed to do that. And to bring my point full circle, the Kings versus Queens cards, that was the first time I ever really seen real camaraderie from the men to the women. where you had the
Uh,
likes of huh?
no, go ahead, go ahead. I was agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah, where you had the likes of a DNA or a Arsenal or Eclipse actually acknowledging that these female counterparts, their pairs are actually really good, and doing it sincerely, not before and after the battle, like saying after the battle, like actually giving the women their props for showing up and giving them a good fight. So the women have always needed that. We've always needed that. So I don't want to blur my thought. I'm saying that it's nothing wrong with the men being included or helping to push women. That's necessary. However, I don't like the narrative of I get it and we have to own it because this was a shit show. It was a shit show. I can't get my thoughts out the way I want to today for some reason, but this was a shit show. So I don't have a problem with the men being booked. It's just that because it was an all female card and because it bombed primarily because the women didn't show up, that's what makes it look bad. But let's not make it seem like the women need the men as if she can't do an all female card without it being and it be successful. It can be. This is one of the stripes or the growing pains that Remy is experiencing as a new league owner.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously she's on the microscope because she's a celebrity. Chrome 23 is out there. You got Easy in the news associate with Remy and Chrome 23. Everybody's gonna be paying attention to what Chrome 23 very closely to what they do. And they shouldn't feel so bad about this, to be honest with you, because imagine if this was smack in the URL,
Right,
they would get a mouthful of this, like a huge mouthful. So what they're getting right now, it ain't that bad. And you're gonna have bad events, you're gonna have failures and hiccups like that. So, it just comes with it when you're a league owner. And I don't think she should be, she shouldn't be disappointed with this. And obviously, she knows she's gonna learn and correct from her mistakes and realize what to do and what not to do as a league owner. And she even said it herself. She said, "Yo, we back outside in August." So they back outside in August. So I don't think they should be disappointed, even though it was a bad event. It was all bad. So there's not many good things to say about it. There's a couple,
right,
but it is what it is. I hope Tori Doe gets things together. Because it ain't looking good for her right now.